ability to see what others overlook, to find the signal within the noise. True authority doesn't need to shout. It manifests in the steady hand and the unwavering gaze. It's in the notes taken by hand, the physical connection to the strategy, where the complex becomes tangible. We are not just looking at numbers, we are looking at the architecture of the future. When the analysis is complete, the perspective must shift. One must step back to see the grand design. The transition from observation to execution is the moment of greatest risk and greatest reward. Here, the variables are weighed, the probabilities are measured, the conviction is solidified. Confidence is not the absence of doubt, it is the mastery of it through absolute preparation. He stands back, his presence filling the room, the master of his domain, ready for the opening bell. The time for speculation has passed. The time for the higher-timeframe show is now. This is high-stakes finance. This is the new standard of institutional insight. Prepare yourself. The show is starting soon. In the depth of the market's quietest hours, opportunity isn't found by the loudest voices. It is earned by the most disciplined. Welcome to the inner sanctum of institutional wealth, where precision is the only currency that truly matters. Success in this arena requires more than just capital. It requires a temperament forged in the fires of volatility. Before the world wakes, before the noise begins, there is a moment of pure clarity. It is the ritual of preparation that separates the professional from the amateur. The calm before the decisive strike. Every movement is deliberate. Every action is calculated. There is no room for haste in the pursuit of legacy. He settles into the space, claiming it. The silence is not empty. It is full of potential. The focus now narrows. The global markets are a living, breathing entity, and he is listening to its heartbeat. Institutional wealth is built on the ability to see what others overlook, to find the signal within the noise. True authority doesn't need to shout. It manifests in the steady hand and the unwavering gaze. It's in the notes taken by hand, the physical connection to the strategy, where the complex becomes tangible. We are not just looking at numbers, we are looking at the architecture of the future. When the analysis is complete, the perspective must shift. One must step back to see the grand design. The transition from observation to execution is the moment of greatest risk and greatest reward. Here, the variables are weighed, the probabilities are measured, the conviction is solidified. Confidence is not the absence of doubt, it is the mastery of it through absolute preparation. He stands back, his presence filling the room, the master of his domain, ready for the opening bell. The time for speculation has passed. The time for the higher-timeframe show is now. This is high-stakes finance. This is the new standard of institutional insight. Prepare yourself. The show is starting soon. In the depth of the market's quietest hours, opportunity isn't found by the loudest voices. It is earned by the most disciplined. Welcome to the inner sanctum of institutional wealth, where precision is the only currency that truly matters. Success in this arena requires more than just capital. It requires a temperament forged in the fires of volatility. Before the world wakes, before the noise begins, there is a moment of pure clarity. It is the ritual of preparation that separates the professional from the amateur. The calm before the decisive strike. Every movement is deliberate. Every action is calculated. There is no room for haste in the pursuit of legacy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're good. I was on a trade, messed up the trade. I think I messed up the trade very early today. Took a break even. However, I started late, so we're not gonna what's that English word? We're not gonna we're not gonna trade late today. Because I have messed up my trade. I feel like so this is a trade I was on. Instead of moving stop to that low, I tried to move to break even. It literally took me out, and look where it is now. Let me see. I'm gonna attempt this confirmation trade here. Just gonna attempt this because this should be a trade. And my limit is set. I've already messed up a trade. I just don't like the fact that I'm retrying another trade early on our stream, but I already messed up the first trade. I'm looking at 28338 as my first target. I have my limit on. If we don't get triggered, we're gonna let it go. However, I've messed up quite a few trades lately. But welcome everyone. Just leave a comment as we are coming. I know we started while I was trading. I was in class while trading, so we started quite late. And you know how we roll, man. We're gonna start and you go through everything that we have to go through. I'm generally bearish. The could have taken a trade there, stop loss above, and I literally saw that. But because my entry was slightly delayed, it was there. I moved to stop to break even early. Took me out, and this is why it went out. And now I'm retrying another opportunity to look for these lows and final lows at the bottom. We have almost about 30 minutes to just see if we're gonna get triggered. If we don't get triggered, we're gonna continue with our life. We're not gonna get this trade, but without wasting any time, let's start with everything else. A lot has been happening in the markets. I think it's something that we are not surprised about. Trump has been trumping. So we're gonna just go through really news that moved the market today. I think it's very important for me to go through them. I think today during the day, that will be 14:16 South African time. Trump on Truth Social, basically, US will hold Iran responsible for Hoshi attacks. While as time goes on, towards the end, Truth Social again. From this point forward, anytime Iran shoots at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz, US will bomb one bridge of power plant. And I think from there he continued to face it further close to the Iran capital city, which if we're to look at how the market moved, we moved higher, S&P 500 moved lower. So there's a bit volatility today. Something that is very important I'm watching a close eye on is BOJ is said to open to raising rates faster than every 6 months. So possibility for BOJ to increase rates are not out of reach. But also early in the morning, there were negotiation with Pakistan over the geopolitics de-escalation. So there is that possibility as well. So basically, when you look at this, it's something that has been happening for quite a while, and now you can't really rely on geopolitics to determine your overall bias because I think our president is unreliable. Did this reach my target? Our president is extremely unreliable. Okay. I think this has moved. I think this has moved. Yeah. This has moved away from where I want because this will be my first target. Sorry. I'm going to allow this to see where we're going to end, but it seems like, yeah, we've moved. Sometimes you feel like you messed up a trade. But anyway, I think with this gone, just going to give it a few minutes and see. Um, just going to quickly. So, trades I have, it's we're still holding China 50 and we seem to be rejecting on the previous support. We're still rejecting on the previous support, which I honestly don't like that we are rejecting on this previous resistance area. I was hoping that we'll see some move like that, but that is not happening, which I don't like. But I will be watching today what's going to happen in here. I'm hoping for a move. If we get a move to close above there, then I can secure profit. And just a quick update, I think I had a long trade here. We seem to have been taken out. Yep, we've been taken out. I'm gonna look if we're gonna come retry again at the bottom. God. But that's what happened. So far, gold, I think with this geopolitics that has been happening, I think a very big beneficiary for me, it's gold. I've been holding gold for a while now. Let me see a weekly time frame. I think I've been holding gold for about this is a third week again. So we're just gonna see if gold we're gonna break here. And some of the targets that we can look at for gold, it's that low on the weekly time frame. So the biggest question is gonna gold start failing this very strong bias and support here where every time gold reaches this level, we seem to have a bounce, came back, seem to have a bounce. Like enough, we didn't trigger our stop. So we are still holding that. So those are the only two, three things I'm holding. And to be honest, when you look at the top setup on the edge finder, okay, I think I need to go back here and remove my limit. Yeah, I won't get triggered. Let me remove this limit and then we can continue. It has reached my target. Here we go. Okay. No. Look at that. Still rejected. Even before it reached my thing. Okay. The reason why it's holding that as support and clearly the man's not gonna get triggered. I'll hold on for it for 30 minutes, but what hurts me the most, I was on a trade. Here, stop above, which is currently 1.6 up. Could have secured a 1:1 if you wanted. Uh, But I've taken a break even, man. Movement instead of reducing stop to that, I move my stop loss very aggressively. But that doesn't matter. Okay, let's go back to the top setup. H finder top setup. Okay, JPY, it's a bit bullish. GU has lost a lot of bullishness lately. It's in fact neutral. A lot has changed for the previous few days, eh? But something to note today, yesterday we spoke about this unemployment rate. Today we spoke about this cooling. That's what changed everything. Cooling inflation data. It literally changed my bias. Um, that's why I took a long shot. I took a loss. Looks like we're gonna get triggered on this trade. Hold on, I'm looking at this uh limit that I set on this trade. Just closely watching. Gonna try again. Should be in a few if it continues higher. So add that lie. Okay, I'm in. We got triggered in. Some people love this thing and I don't like it. I don't know why. Let's see. The first target will be a 1 is to 1.5, and that will be a 1 is to 2.5. So let's see. But again, if we would break below this time around, I'm gonna move stop to break even again, but this can really fail to the upside again. So we are trying again, but seems to have a very strong bullish momentum here. Yep, that's quite strong. But let's wait and see. I'm gonna let this go. We'll come back to that so that we can finish what we are talking about. Today, CPI inflation has changed everything. I've taken a long shot. My stop has been triggered on my GU long position, and I'm out of that. So we move ahead to look for more opportunities. One thing I hate is, oh God, should I say this? Yeah. Um, I'm in a massive. I'm not in a drawdown per se. I'm in a break even with what's floating in that account. But the problem is, um, I'm floating on an account, but the account that is on a loss. I don't know if I make sense. Floating on an account that is on a loss. Yeah, it's one of those things where be like, I'm on a loss, but I'm floating profit. Basically, that's it. If you understand what I mean, you understand. Is I'm in a trade that is I'm in a trade that is floating good profit, and this is what I'm discussing is long-term positioning. That it's floating good profit where all my losses are covered. But now the problem, and I think I need to state this, the biggest problem now is it's floating, it's not secured profit. And if it's not secured profit, you can't guarantee it as profit. Basically, that is it in a nutshell. You can't guarantee it as profit because it's just floating. You didn't secure any profit. But when you swing trade and look for long-term positioning, that's what happens. So I mean a very massive drawdown. But let's see this guy, man. Also, this guy, it's dilly dally. Just want to see if it come back here. But anyway, that's it, man. UK 100, I thought will benefit from the UK unemployment, inflation data that being low. But what's interesting, we're starting to see gold as bullish. And what changed? Sentiment is still bearish, where sometimes when crowd sentiment is bearish and COT data, interesting, it's bearish. That's something interesting that happened last week. We need to look at the COT data for gold, but I find it interesting that it's also bearish. But economic, anyway, just GJAUD will look into that. But I just want to look at the asset scorecard. What changed? Gold. What changed? Labor market, unemployment claims. Oh, flip. There was unemployment claims today. Focus was 212, came out at 187K within the 25,000 miss. That's bearish. I think that has changed literally everything. Joel's opening, bearish as well. So the labor market has turned bearish for gold, which it is supposed to be like that based on my trade. Inflation, that is something that we spoke about inflation for a while, that lower inflation, that's a bit bearish for gold. Economic, bullish, sorry. Forecast, it's bullish. Sorry. Lower inflation, bit bullish. COT data net positions bullish, but latest is bearish. So if that also will have had a very strong COT data coming in from last week, that will have been bullish, and also the structure is bullish. 4-hour time frame has turned bullish, so I find this interesting now. I'm just interested into seeing the economic parameters for today. Today, unemployment claims, that's what came out. Focus was 112,000, and we got 187K, 23,000, 25,000 miss, which is bullish for the dollar and for gold. So maybe that is why our move there are as it is. Okay, we are about to be triggered again out. Yeah. Yeah. We're triggered out again. Taking a loss now. We took a break even now. Loss. That would have been a break even trade. Anyway, I think I'm done trading for the day. Okay. Yeah, everything's changing, So tops. Oh, let me just look at the COT data. Last week on the bulls is Nikkei, Dow Jones, British Pound, Russell. The most bearish one was gold. Was not as bearish, eh? More like a change of minus 0.72. Not bad. Look at that. Mm, yeah. It's a very flat market. I'm not gonna consider it. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna call this a day. I'll be updating this on my accounts, and I'll take it from there. Other than that, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Truly appreciate all of you. Have a great day. We're gonna improve and do it better.